Hello team, hi all. This is Mustafa from Digital IT classes. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to explain you how to install Active Directory in Windows Server 2010. So please subscribe my YouTube channel and click on like button. So moving further, I will going to log in on server. Yeah, yes, this is my server. So I'm going to log in. Yeah, this is the Windows Server 2010 standard edition. So now first we have to do the two things before we start installing Active Directory services. So I'm opening the notepad. Okay, first point, we have to give the correct host name. Host name. Second is the IP address, static IP address. I will type. Okay, so it is a server, so we have to give the static IP address, right? So first of all, I will give the correct or logical host name as per your organization requirement. There's nothing specific that you have to that did, but just we have to provide the logical understanding. So I'll give here is a DC because I'm installing the Active Directory services, so that's why to identify I will give the DC name would be DC. So then I will type in the DC, then it will ask me to reboot to take effect. So I will do that. Just I'm rebooting. So once it is rebooted, then I will provide the static IP address. So Active Directory service is the one important service for IT infrastructure. So if you want to set up a Active Directory, then in your environment, so you can have a server more than one or multiple or across the multiple sites as well. So depend upon your requirement, so you can create a multiple domain controllers as redundancy also more than one. If one fails, it will take over the another. So now I'm waiting for to ready the server. Just a moment. Yeah, now it is up. So I'm again logging. Yeah. So the second part is we have to provide the correct static IP address. So before we start, so I will go to network connection properties. You can easily right click it, right? Open network say, then you can select the change adapter setting. You can Ethernet. You can right click and properties. So we will provide the static IP address, right? So I am giving the .1.4. It's a class C IP address. So I will reboot. Okay, let it be no issue. Like IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS server. So what I will do? I will provide the DNS server same as on this server only. So because we have to install the DNS server as well, because without DNS we cannot install or configure Active Directory services, right? So I will give the same IP address so you can utilize the same DNS server on the server. Uh, Now I'm closing, so we can verify the IP address and and the host name, right? So I will open the command prompt. So type the host name. Yeah, it is showing me the output result would be DC. I'm making a full screenshot a screen so that everybody can see clearly. So this is the host name is the DC IP config. I will type the IP config or IP config slash all so that all property can be displayed, right? So I can see here DNS server is the 1.124. Now, okay, preferred IP is 192.168.0.1.124, right? So it is the correct IP address and host name is correct. So as per our requirement, so I will be going to server manager. So we have to click on add roles and features to install Active Directory services. So I'm clicking on add roles, click on next. So we have to select the role based or feature based installation, clicking on next. So we have to select the available server. So if you have multiple, then you can go, it will display the multiple other. I have only one single server, so it is a name is a DC and IP address would be 190.168.0.124. So I am selecting and clicking on next. Okay, so I am selecting Active Directory domain services. So once I selected, uh, related features also selected like group policy management, remote server administration tools, role administration tools, Active Directory domain services and tools, Active Directory module for Windows PowerShell, ADDS tools, right? So it automatically selected. So I am selecting it. I am adding feature. So again, we have to select the DNS server also because I'm using the DNS server on this server only, right? So if we have DNS running on another server, then we can give the IP address for that server. But now here I'm using on same server, so that's why I will be installing the DNS server role also on this server. So selecting add future, right? So I have selected Active Directory domain services and DNS server. So it is not a compulsory to select DNS on this server, but if you want to install DNS on the same server, if you don't have in your environment, you are installing first time, then you have to select the DNS server because without DNS server, we cannot configure Active Directory domain services. So I am clicking on next. So related feature is going to install like group policy management. You will just will come down. We'll see remote server administration tools, right? So yeah, that's it, right? So I'm clicking next, 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 right? So you can see the summary. So I will select the restart the automation. If restart is the server restart only without registration, right? So once this is started, automatically get rebooted, right? So I'm clicking on next. Okay, it is starting. It might take 1 hour 2 minutes, so it not take much more time. So we will wait. So it is getting installed. Yeah, it is almost going to finish it. So if you want, we can close it. So it will be automatically getting installed. So it will not going to stop here if you still close it. So it will run in background. So you can see here Active Directory domain services, DNS or group policy management, remote server administration tools, role administration tools, ADDS and ADLDA tools, Active Directory module for Windows PowerShell, ADDS tools, Active Directory Administrative Center, ADDS snapping and command line tools. So these all are getting installed on this server. So and also DNS server tools, right? So it might take one half minute more. So it is getting installed on this server. You can see the progress here. That progress bar is moving further. So till now, till that time I will go and mute. So I'll again back. It is done. So it will get automatically rebooted because we have selected the reboot option. So we'll wait. We'll see. This should happen automatically reboot. If it is not happening, so manually we can still reboot it. Let's see. Okay. It is actually reboot is not required. So it is telling me that you can promote to server to a domain control. So still we can do that, right? So I will do that. If it asks you to reboot, then you can do it. Otherwise, still you can go ahead with the promoting the this server as a domain controller. So I am clicking on it, right? Yeah, I am selecting add a new format. So because I am installing the first time uh, domain services in my environment or in my office, right? So I will take a digisol my class name dot local would because it is a local domain. You can take anything digisol.net, digisol.com, anything as per your requirement. You have to identify before you start installing Active Directory services, right? So I will select digisol.local, click on next. So it will check whether this is exist already or not, or a duplication. You'll check if in your environment already is there with this name, any domain service running, then it will not allow you to configure the same domain name. So this is a forward function level Windows Server 2012, domain function level 2000 Windows Server 2012, and this additional roles is selected automatically. Domain name system DNS server. I said I am installing the DNS server on the same server because I don't have DNS server earlier. So global catalog is the role, it is automatically selected. Then this is the type the directory services restore DSRM password is be restore password. When you want to restore your Active Directory services, that time you need this password. You have to keep this in a safe custody. So I am typing the DSRM password. It is important. We have to keep a proper document this password detail in some safe place. I am clicking on next, right? Yeah, this is the expected error because you don't have any. uh, like yeah, this is actually don't have the DNS or install at, so that's what is giving me error. So not to worry, so it will be okay. Right, okay. Now I'm clicking on next. Now it is giving me the option net bias domain name. So if you want, you can change it, but I have I will use the digital net bias name. You have to keep the uh, same name as the domain name because you will not get the confused here. So better you have to use. If you still want, you can, but I am recommending that you have to use the same domain name, net bias name as well, because it will be helping to keeping in mind that you will not going to confuse, right? Otherwise it is difficult to understand what is there if you give the different name here. So better we have to give the same name, right? Clicking on next. You can see here this database extracted database will be going to install log file sysvol folder. So the path would be default. This is a path. C colon backslash windows slash entdс is a database folder. Log files folder is a C colon backslash windows backslash entdс. Sysvol folder C colon backslash windows sysvol folder. So this is the default. If you want, you can change it to any other drive DE, but it is good to keep in default folder. Clicking on next. So these are the summary. So you can see the new domain name would be digisol.local. NetBIOS name would be digisol. Forward function level Windows Server 2012. Domain function level Windows Server 2012. Additional feature is a global catalog role is going to install, and also DNS server role would be going to install. So this is the database folder details. C colon backslash Windows backslash entdс. Log file folder C colon Windows backslash entdс. Sysvol folder C colon backslash Windows backslash sysvol. So now if I see it will go into install. Just I'm clicking on next, right? So it will check it all details. It will verify whether we are in pre-request is correct or not. If anything missing, then it will give me the error saying that okay, you have to install these are the things. So now it is all pre-request checks pass successfully. So we have to no need to worry. This is the all expected error, so no need to worry. So I am clicking on install, so it will start installing. You can see progress bar here. See, you can see it is starting. So maybe it will take 1 minute or 2 minutes. So see, you can see one by one it is creating the um, configuration. See, no local configuration. So you can see the progress bar. Just you can watch it. So it is gives me the like no important information. So what is going and what is the configuration is happening here. So this is the right. So see, it is almost all. I believe done it, right? The software is being installed because installed or removed. Okay. So it is not, it is getting rebooted server, right? So you can see this automatically rebooted because we have selected the automatic reboot in the setting while configuration. So now it will take a moment. Then once it is up, then we will log in and we'll see whether Active Directory service is configured or not properly. So I will show you which all modules MMC Microsoft Management Console will be created post configuration of the Active Directory services, right? So we log in again, just a couple of seconds wait. So once it is up, because now we have installed Active Directory service on this server, so it may take couple of more seconds because it's first time it is getting configured, all right, services, so it may take more second. So now you can see the progress. Now it is telling me that please wait, so it is getting configured on the server. So we will wait for more seconds here, so it will be updating the information on the server. See, you can see right now it is ready, right? So I am clicking on control del. It is a virtual machine, so it will not take much more time. It is very fast compared to physical machine. So it is telling me that password has been changed, so I will change it, no issue, right? I will make a change, right? So you can see now password is been changed. That means yeah. So now I will be logging to this server. So we will verify just a second. So let it come up with all the menus. Just will give 2 more minutes. Sorry, 2 more seconds. Just it is getting up. You can see here, right? Right. So now this server manager is open. You want to see the all the MMC Microsoft Management Console, then you have to click on the Tools menu. You can see here, right? I'm clicking on Tools, so it will display all the MMCs. So we will verify whether Active Directory service is installed or not. So from right hand side, you can see that ADDS and DNS is installed. So it means it is installed, right? So still I want to confirm. So I am clicking. See, you can see here Active Directory Administrative Center, Active Directory Domains and Trust, Active Directory Module for Windows PowerShell, Active Directory Sites and Services, Active Directory Users and Computers, ADS Edit. So these are the important MMC, Microsoft Management Console, whether it is installed or not, we have to check it. And Group Policy Management and DNS are also installed, right? So it means it installed properly. Then we'll go to Active Directory Users and Computer to see the logical name, our domain name, and default containers. Okay, yeah, it is good to see this domain is configured. So you can see digital.local, I have created it, right? So I have selected this digital.local in domain name. So now it is created. So built-in, this is a built-in uh, group. So once you install, you will see the all these built-in groups. So it is a security group, right? And computer container, domain control container, we have only one single domain, so it is showing me the DC default first site name is the default first site name, right? Foreign security container manager services account, this users container, so you can create a users here, or you can create a different OU as per our customization, right? So still you can create a user in the OU. So these are the like default or pre-existing groups in once we install the activity services, right? So this is a default administrator username. We can rename it for security purpose, or you can use it as the same administrator. So how uh, this can be utilized or use your Active Directory service in your environment. So this is the process how to configure Active Directory service on Windows Server 2012 Enterprise Edition or Standard Edition. So this is the complete step, configuration steps. So this is the way how we can configure and create Active Directory services. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and click on like button so that you will get new upcoming videos.